Hi everyone. It has been a while since we met in class. Since the last lecture we had midterm and also a study week, so that you study for your midterm on your own, and we had midterm. Meanwhile, some of you might know we, Mercy College, joined the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month with many other institutions. So at Mercy we had speakers from FBI and NSA. It was a great event, and also one of the Mercy cyber skill competition teams made a demonstration. And as a follow-up of such an event, we will have another great event planned in December. So any of you who wants to eventually work for National Security Agency, please plan to come. We will make a special announcement sooner when all detailed the program is determined. Right now, a couple of NSA technical members will come and give us a talk, and also a few of our students will give their demos. Undergraduates in cybersecurity and computer science are also strongly encouraged to make some demonstrable programs so that you can make a demo in front of the recruiter. The best way and the quickest way that you can join the National Security Agency is to expose your skills directly to the employer. So they will come in December. Only if you start communicating with the NSA, you may be able to join by the end of next year. That is the reason that we plan the special event in December. All right. Okay. So today we will cover. If you refer to the textbook, I wanted to look at part 3. Okay, part 3, which is it's about the half. We may not cover in the second half of this textbook. We may not cover all the chapters, although we covered almost all the chapters in the first half. Mainly because those chapters not applicable. Particularly, for example, if we want to rebuild our system, for example, formatting, then it's not really great idea that we could do. So a few chapters will be skipped. So first lesson in the second half, in the part 3 of the text, are the 3 chapters. Okay, So those are the about packages, tools for storage and networks. All right. So I'll give you brief ideas that may guide you to study more effectively. Okay, the packages in general. The Linux and Unix packages are in these two one of these two. Okay. For example, the Ubuntu that we are using, most likely that is part of Debian. Okay. And if you are working on Fedora or Red Hat, of course that is Red Hat distribution. Okay. And this is another third party. So if it is Debian, then Debian style, then the packages has the extension like this .deb. If it is Red Hat, then RPM. So although the textbook describes both of these, but we're going to practice Debian style only, because we do not have Red Hat right now. Okay. CentOS is also part of this Red Hat. If you have that, some of you CentOS operating systems. All right. If we have packages, then usually what we need to do is sometimes we do not know what packages that we really need. In that case, we need to search the packages. Once we find the packages, then we can install it. After a package is installed, for many reasons, we may need to upgrade or update the packages. Okay? Mainly because the producer produced the new version, new edition, new release, then of course we have to update and upgrade. All right. Package searches can be done in this way. In Debian and Ubuntu, we need to do apt-get update. Okay, this is the easiest way that you can do. But if you know any specific packages to search, then you can specify that here with the command apt-cache space search space the package name. So that will work also. If you're working on Red Hat, then the command is yum. So yum search and the package name, then you can be able to see the outcome of that search result. Those who use Apple OS, then the language that it uses, I think yum, I'm not sure, yum is used, or maybe something else, right? If you really want to do. What I'm going to do, we need to practice, right? So We don't need this, I think. I need this, and we want to see here. This is I want to connect it to the lab server. The IP address this, and username for this checkpoint secure remote is a silo to VPN, and password MER and VPN. We never changed this, so the same one that we used to use and connect. Okay, then it is connected. And therefore click PuTTY, and then it's open to silo 2. If you load this, then you can see the host IP address and port number. Okay, and click open, then you have that. So what I'm going to do, this is our class notes, right? Slide, and this is the system terminal. So I'm going to log in, my name, let me see if there's, oh, nobody logged in since November 10th. That's okay. And since this is Linux and Ubuntu, right? So so we need to use, if you want to update, then apt get command is to be used. So apt get and update. Then it says it's not permitted, unable to check the directory of those and those. Probably it needs sudo words. I mean the privilege. Yeah, it requires the privileges. So now it is checking to update. So pretty much all the packages are pretty much updated. So if we want to do search, for example, Python, then a lot of Python packages returned, right? For example, Python Ubuntu image, Python PyCUDA, DBG, Python PyCUDA. What is a PyCUDA? Python 3 modules to access CUDA parallel computing API, Python Skype for Pi, Skype API wrapped for Python. Oh, that's interesting. A lot of the packages related with Python Python deja vu visualization of a 3D geometry using OpenGL with Python. Let's take a look a little more. Trace summary tool for generating breakdowns of network traffic. Wow, this is something related to our major, right? Trace summary. I'm going to remember it. TCL, that is all tickle snack for sound extension, and Squeak, generate the scripting interface to C++ code. It's a lot of good stuff. Ruby, of course. Python CAD, Python 3 ZOP security framework. Python 3 WebSocket client library for Python. WebSockets, implementation of a WebSocket protocol. wget, we'll see this command in Linux, wget, but this is a Python 3-wget. It's a pure Python download utility for Python 3. Python 3 will. This is a built package format for Python. Python 3 web assets. It's an asset management application for Python web development. Python 3 watchdog, Python API and shell utility to monitor file system event. This is a Python 3 UJSON. So ultra fast, super fast JSON encoder and decoder for Python 3. JSON is a specific data format that is handy to carry attribute and value pair over the course of the internet transactions. So although internet stops at points, whatever received at that points are all valuable. So that is the beauty of that one. And SQL, Python 3 SQL, library write SQL queries, that is also possible. So Python 3 SSS, so Python 3 module for system security service service daemon. Daemon is the process running back end, right? This is CIPI. There's a scientific Python. This is a Python RSA. RSA is some cryptography tools. So those who are interested in, please download this and see if, how much that you can do from the packages. So PyQt, this is the graphical interface tools that you can use. Python 3 manual, that is also possible. Those who are programming in Python. Interesting. Python 3 DNS client module for Python 3. Python 3 Django. Python 3 biological observation matrix formats, bioinformatics in Python. Okay, so a lot more than enough, right? That is for package search. And if you want to update this is update and upgrade also. If you want to install, then you can use this apt-get install and package name. So for example, tracer summary, let's say of course this tracer summary is currently not installed. You can install it by trying, let's try apt a way of okay, then right now we do not know how to use, so that you have to know module name subnet tree. So yeah, it can be used in Python, right? So this is a simple way that we can install. Okay, if we want to remove, then in the same way, then you can remove sudo apt-get remove and trace summary, and it can be removed. Okay, so if I do trace the summary, then this is the error messages that we have, which is not the same as the one that we have after the installation. Here, after the installation, it has it is available in Python, right? But not in this case. This apt-get command is very convenient, basically because we do not need to download the packages and install. Okay, this is the installation over the internet. But if you have downloaded the media available on your system, then you can use dpkg command. So dpkg -install. I'm not sure that is installed here. dpkg, yeah, it is possible here, right? So dpkg and install trace summary. Then of course the trace summary is not installed. It's not downloaded. It's not available, right? So you better do apt-get. If you use this apt-get, then and also if your system is currently connected to the internet, then your Linux operating systems voluntarily access and find out the location of that packages and download and install, right? Which is handy. Okay. Package listing and status. If you want to see all the packages available on your system, then dpkg and // list, then it can show you all the packages installed, okay, which is good. So a lot of Python 3 packages are installed. Okay. So, for example, wget, if you want to see wheel is not available here, right? which is also wheel is currently not installed. So if we do wheel is another way that you can install and upgrade Python related packages. So tpkg and list then Python 3 wheel is installed, right? And also if you want to see the status of that package, let me get tpkg status. This is a package name, status is installed or installed, priority, optional, section, Python, installed size 17, maintainer, Ubuntu developers, architecture, all, source will, version depends, this package depends, Python 3 will, distribution, and that information available, right? It came from homepage https bitbucket.org/pypar and will. Okay. So the language here is basically how we can see the packages. If you want to, we can list all the packages already installed, and also we can check the status of that installation. If you want to install additional, then we can also install. We can remove, and all such things possible, right? Now, what we will do is a storage control. So, fdisk, for example, that is. If you do fdisk, then it says fdisk is the usage, how you can use display, manipulate a disk partition table. So if you want to repartition, then you can do this also. But we do not use this partition here much. And fsck, fs means a file server, ck file server check. So here it says, when I typed this, warning, the file system is mounted. If you continue, will cause severe file system damages. So usually I don't do this, right? You don't need to do this. We abort. So many of such things here. But MD5 sum, here. There's a message digest. MD stands for message digest, which means when you receive a message, or if you want to send a message to someone else, then between you and then someone else needs to see if the message is to be sent or to be received or the same material, right? We cannot check all the steps of the communications networks between me and the destination, the soundiness and completeness, right? So only that we can check is if I make MD5 at my side, then MD5 this program returns the code. We call that hash code. By knowing that hash code, we will know, well, I have a file A that I want to send. So I run this MD5 sum. So I know, like here, that this MD5 sum returns 128-bit checksum. So we have some code. And then when I send the file to the destination, and then recipient to run the same program to see if the same program is the file returns the same checksum number, called that hash number. If they are the same, then we trust they are the same. Okay. If it is a big file, then it's almost impossible to check, right? Only simply we can check this hash code. That is handy. So, for example, I have a file. What is the output here? What is the type of output? If we want to see the type of output, then we can use the command file. Then there's ASCII text, right? So we can see that output, that is output, right? So we can do MD5 sum and output. Then it returns this 128-bit hash code, right? But if I change a little bit, how can I change a little bit? I want to echo ABC. Then I'm going to append that to output. So output is a little changes, right? For example, output, then I have ABC. ABC is appended by this symbol, right? This is echo ABC. Then this will echo whatever I type here. But the output of that is to be appended to the file called output. So it doesn't echo on my standard output here on the terminal, right? Instead, it is appended here. So definitely, the file originally this is not the same as that. Therefore, if I run the same MD5, then it returns. It should return different number. Okay, so this is MD5 sum output, MD5 sum output. The file that I ran previously was the file without ABC, but right now this is something modified. So when I run this program, it will return different hash code. Watch. Totally different, right? This and that. So we can simply see, oh, they are different. That is this, okay? And somewhere here, we'll take a look at. Okay, so storage device. So now we'll take a look at storage devices, okay? Where are those storage devices? There are, if you change the directory to the top, cd space / then that is on top, right? there is a directory called the DEV. DEV stands for device, right? So when I change DEV, then I can see the drives, all kinds of drives. TTY, this is a terminal device. SDA, this is SCSI drive, SD. These are the RAM, memory. FB, F means floppy drive, FD, floppy drives. Some of the operating system has a HD, that is for hard drive. Yeah, basically those are all available. So our case, probably there is a SCSI drive, so SD. How do we know what we have? Then in order to see that, then we can type df, then it returns, it displays a file drive, file systems. Then we clearly see here DEV SDA1. This one has boot records in it. Okay, this is the size of that, and we used that much. So it has SDA1. All right. So if you see the table 15-2 on page 162, then you will see all kinds of devices available. 162? No, 161. 162, referring to this, 162. I don't have that here, 162, but, oh yeah, 165. Should be 165. Then there is FD /DEV, FD /DEV, SD, SR, some examples available. And then we have also files about files, meta file is available, which is in etc/fs tab. FS stands for file system, TAB stands for table. So here, if you want to change it, etc, and if you want to see FS tab, then this is that, right? Says something about that we have from df command, that is also available here in this stored table. Okay, so this is the file, this is type, and this is something dump. Same thing, this is file system, mount point, boot, type ext2, option default, and so on and so forth, right? So that is in this FS tab. If you want to mount any device, then you can use mount or unmount. Okay, so if you type mount, then you can see some mount information. And if you want to see some information, some command, some manual, then mount can do, for example, mount /dir mount -L, option L as labels to this listing. So L is not for list, right? So mount A, mount device, mount CD, if you want to mount, right? So we don't do mount here. Okay. Disk dump, one of those is a disk dump. So if you want to see it, ours is SDA, right? We already looked at from DF. So DD command is to dump disk. If you want to dump SDA, then it can be dumped. So for example, DD IF, this is input file, is from DEV SDA1, output file is my image, so that we can make an image file. So I change it back to my home directory by typing CD only. Then this is my home directory. If I want to make that, for example, DD input is device SDA1 and output file is image out, and it takes time, but I'm going to interrupt it after I did it. Permission denies. So what I need to do is to do sudo and then it is doing that. It takes so long, right? So I want to interrupt it. And then if I want to see that, here, img out, that is what I made here, output, size of that, so that's -L, then img out already grows that much, right? So if you want to see head the first few lines, for example, the first 20 lines of that output file, then all kinds of those. Those are the image map. Okay, which is not good. When do we use this DD command? Disk dump. DD command is good for forensic investigation. Okay, you know that, for example, FBI wants to investigate the mail server of somebody that was the hot issue, the recent presidential campaign. Actually, there is a server, and therefore there is a disk. Doesn't matter it is really a server disk or disk on a cell phone, smartphone. Smartphone has also a disk, right? Smartphone, the operating systems is Linux based, so the same language will be used, DD, IF, and as we did similarly. Then we can dump all the storage into another disk that I want to work. Okay, so we want to make multiple copies of the disk. So we save the disk, original disk. We will never touch the original disk. It still remains the same. Meanwhile, we can dump the disk to multiple times, and then, for example, if we have 100 FBI investigators, then we can distribute those to those 100 investigators, and each one take a look and search all the disk images, and then they can find out, right? So somehow it is possible, and it is normal, unless you really need to use commercial off-the-shelf packages. Somebody, I think FBI guys, because they do not know in-depth, they do not have in-depth computer science technologies, or like this DD command, then they need to rely on the commercial products. Then only what they can do is something allowed by that software. Although there's all kinds of investigations possible. Okay, that's what we could do, what we can do, what you will learn from forensic digital forensic class, which is available on the undergraduate level, and also we have a graduate level forensics. But anyway, this is the command that you may be interested in, right? So after you do DD, then there are a lot of ways that you could do. Okay, and also you can do a little small Python scripting, and then let your Python scripting search whatever you want to do. Okay, if it has any top secret matters there, it's automatically searched if somebody can do programming. Okay. Okay, but federal governments usually far behind the techies. But anyway. Okay, networking. This is the third chapter in part 3, networking. And also part of this requested in your homework assignments. If you want to see here, homework for networking, review the lecture video of this class. This assignment is to run the following commands. So ping and some of the commands that you need to know. Wait a minute. Show the detailed status of your host and show the index file, index HTML file to be downloaded using the Linux command. I need to say, I need to edit this a little bit. Where are we? Here. So, yeah. I forgot to tell you, file to be downloaded from www.scysecure.org. Okay, this is our center server. All right. What I mean by that here is that if you go to this. Okay. If you go to www.sitesecure.org, then here we have a Mercy security nights. So this is something that we did, right? This is just an image. And then this is a cyber skill competition website that we have been working. This is very handy and a very interesting web server. This is fully user interactive. So if you want to, if you scroll this slide bar, then accordingly the background is changed. The background and foreground, the colors will be changed, right? Like this. Some of you may like. Our cyber skill competition, we usually launch the competition in the middle of the spring semester. This year we started March 26th, and we met almost all Saturdays after that. Okay, March, April, May. During the summer break, we also meet every Saturday till a week before the fall semester began. Okay, so students spent a lot of time and made great progress. This is something that you can see. Team A, those are the team members, right? If I move my mouse over that name, then it shows the team names. If I click here, then we can see also what they have been doing, right? And if we type here, for example, Don, then here, see Don together with Dr. John Yu, and this is my demonstration of the future web server, right? But anyway, what I wanted to do here is that I wanted to get the first page. First page is HTML, index.html pages, okay? So how can you do that? Those all will be discussed here. Let me see if I have any here. I have some of those. But ping, those are all discussed and described in your textbook. So if you want to see what ping can do by typing the manual, then it shows that send the ICMP. This ICMP. This is a control packet, right? The specific packet is sent to the network host, whatever you want to send. So if you want to do ping and www.sitesecure.org, then send that ICMP package to that server. So we will see how quickly it can reach. Here, see here, ICMP sequence. Okay, so I will cancel this. And trace route, so the second command here. You can do also how www.mercy.edu can be reached from my server. It goes to doesn't display, right? There's some traffic congestions, but if I do that, for example, sitesecure.org, hopefully you can see some more. So every network devices, it hop and it shows, for example, this IP to another IP and another IP, in how many milliseconds, and so on and so forth. It's not really shown well. Let me it's not really excellent right now. Come on. Network condition is not good. But anyway, doing this, we can, similar to the first, this, you can see all the steps listed until it reaches the destination, which is www.nyu.edu. Okay. Let's try one more time. NewYorkTimes.com. Even worse. WCC. Oh, this not no. Okay. That is a trace route. And netstat. Some of the examples appears here. Netstat. If you do, then it shows statistics of network. So net minus IE, then it shows some of the network. So this is Ethernet. This is loopback. This information can be found, for example, ifconfig. That's the same as that, right? Yeah. FTP is a file transfer protocol. SSH, that is secure shell login and access, and SCP, a secure copy. FTP is a secure file transfer protocol. So FTP, SFTP, and SCP, this, all three languages is to copy the files to or from the Linux operating systems. Okay. SSH is the shell. Shell is a command shell. Command shell can be provided if you do SSH. So we'll skip others, but wget. Wget is handy. So if you come here, if you type wget http that, this can be accessed by typing this, right? By typing this, then you can see that this is a web page, right? But if you want to get, if you want to get is the source of this web page rather than the visualized version, then, and also if you want to do that on your Linux operating system, then you can do this wget. So wget, and I think then it returns and saved in index.php. So when I do this, then I have that. So see, I have here index.php. If I do ls-l, then That index.php is just downloaded November of 14, 16, 14, 17, so 14, 16, just a minute ago, right? So this is the file. So if I want to see that index, what it is, a real code of that file by using more command, then this is it, right? This is the source code of this web page. You can get this from the Linux command. Of course, you can get it from here by typing, for example, how can you get this is a website, and how can you get the source? View page source. Okay, so this is a view page source. So if you see here, this is the source. They are the same as here, right? Shortcut icon, and Linux command.org, favicon.png. That is this here, right? So this is a web page that you downloaded from Linux command. Automatically it is downloaded, right? But in this case you have to do that in manually. But anyway, so that is what you can do. I think this is pretty much what you can learn. For example, chapter 14, 15, and 16, right? So we complete chapter 16. I believe it is 16 or that's 16, and then let me see. Yeah, 16. Then next week we will do the rest of chapter start from chapter 17. All right. Have a good weekend.